content. I mean, if I need the content, I need the content. That deer just phased through a frickin' wall. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to December 6th, day 6 of Caspis. So, right off the bat, you can see this is Farming Simulator, not Elder Scrolls, not Skyrim. So, the reason why we're doing... I had to swap the days, at least for this week, because the Skyrim playthrough was going to be slightly modded. I mean, we've all seen the, oh, you're finally awake intro. We've all seen the general intro. So, I was hoping to... do like some modded stuff, because I'm actually recording this a lot later than I was hoping, because I've been fighting with the mod manager Vortex all day. I've reinstalled it. It's not cooperating properly, so I need to experiment with it more, and I was running out of time to record, so recording this now. With that being said, Farming Simulator, game that I put many hours into, more than I would like to admit. This is the old Streams farm map. This map, I've played it every now and again. It's a nice, like, small little farm. And it was something that I already had. This is actually going to be a solo save file. I was in the process of getting everything bought and everything. So I just need to do one quick thing, which is... So right off the bat, so we own fields 1, 5, and 6. In field 6 is sorghum, field 5 is sunflower, which is why we have the corn header, and field 1 is oats. Field 1 is done. So we are going to go harvest our oats. So we have the equipment that we have. We've got this John Deere Gator with 3-point attachment, so we can actually like haul some stuff around. We've got this Lizard W50 as our sort of grain truck for now. We've got the Claas Dominator 88 as our main harvester of choice. Like I said, we got both headers. For fertilizer, we're running the the Massey Ferguson 165 with the Amazon Z8. We also have this John Deere 4955 with the front loader attachment in case we need to haul manure, stuff like that around, or push stuff around. I would like to run this as a dairy farm at some point. We have the pens for it. And then last but not least, our main powerhouse of the farm, the Case International 7150. I will onto that message later. We roll. And I'm missing a row. Son of a bitch. Ah, that I'm missing that row. Aha. There we go. I must have had it all preset beforehand. Oh well. So, the eventual plan... We already own 4. So we have 11 as well, which is a grass field. So 30 fields and $10 million. That is the goal. Which I say it's a pretty reasonable goal. Loud. I say that's a pretty reasonable goal because, I mean, with certain aspects, 10 million is really reachable, but the challenge, moreover, comes into the aspect of getting the machines and the equipment to maintain the large extension of fields while still being able, or still trying to maintain the size in this. And a bit of an extra challenge because this is a really small map. So, for case in point, so as you had seen, we'll get a bigger map here. There are some grass fields and stuff like that. The fields still have to be like agricultural. So effectively what I'm saying is I still have to be able to get a product off of those fields. Now, in the farm here, we have chickens, we have sheep, we have all of those animals types. So we need not worry about that. But every field bought, whether it will maintain being a grass field or we will put a crop in it, it still has to be something that I can produce something off of. It has to maintain a field. I can't just buy a large plot of land, like buy a large grass field, and have that be where the new farm is. With that being said, that adds an additional challenge in a sense because if we do want to expand our farm with like different sheds, buildings, and stuff like that, we would need to acquire forestry machines and cut down one of the forests, because that is not classified as one of the numbered fields, as you can see in the blown up image of the map. So, like, case in point, between fields 39 and 35, there's a decent chunk of space right there. Right above field 5, there's a small forest there. But like I said, we can combine fields, so case in point, looking at 17 and 16 up north, there's nothing really, like, they can be connected relatively easily. Same thing with fields 5 and 6. It's something that we can just grab a plow, go over. Now, because that's still two different numbers, so it's still field 5 and field 6, like, technically, I am still counting that as two separate fields, even though we did combine it into one. We are still able to pull crop off of those two fields in the technicality. Even if we want to go that route, if we do want to combine those fields as well. Because we might turn around and say we don't want to combine some fields. Like 58, 59, we might combine because the shape of both of those fields is kind of odd. So instead of having it basically be two smaller pie slices, it's going to be one larger pie slice. The primary focus is going to be dairy farming. I think that is one route I do want to go in. I know it might not be as cost effective, or that will put a damper on our goal, but I think it would be a really nice idea to start and have that be one of the primary focuses. So we can continue doing stuff like growing the farm and still have a sense of passive income with the milk. And that also applies to greenhouses. So greenhouses, even though, depending on, I guess, like what field we put it in, greenhouses can be an exception, because if we say we'll convert half of the field or half of a plot, we could technically do that, which I guess I'll give that some thought, or I'll do a poll on that. like, that would technically count, if that wouldn't count. Because greenhouses are another great way of doing passive income, along with like the production facilities and stuff like that. It really is going to go down to depending on how we want to do it. What? Why am I... Why can't I take it? Oh no, is this only kitted out? Is this box mod only kitted out for silage? Crash it into our door. Well, now you can make the turn. There we go. Pull up here. Seriously, how far do I have to pull this thing in? There you go. Bum 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 ba ba. Yeah, I think. Oh, that's annoying. Oh well. It's fine. Alright. Let's see if we can expertly this out. Yep, okay. It was the trailer. Or the bed model that we had on it. Oh, that's annoying. That's it? 30? Really? That just seemed a lot less than I thought it was going to be. Oh well. Alright, let us go and store this. I'm also curious when the next installment of Farm Sim is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be 2025 or not. So, the way it used to be, maybe 2026, I think about it. But the way it used to be was every odd year would release a console and PC port of Farm Sim. So, the first one was 2009. Then 2011, 2013, 15, 17, 19. Now, logically, because it would always release the November before the year. So 2019 released in November of 2018, 2017 released in November of 2016, so forth and so on. Now, we were all waiting for... It was getting closer to the, like... It was getting closer and stuff like that. But once the pandemic hit, they announced that there wasn't going to be a 2021. And it was going to be 2022. Now, we all thought it was because of the pandemic, but they actually said that that wasn't the case. That was their initial plan all along, was they were going to skip 2021 and go straight to 2022. Because on the even years, I think starting with 2016, there'd be a mobile version of it, so like on your phone, and now the Switch. But yeah, they didn't do the 2021 FS, they did 2022. And here we are today. They've been releasing a shit ton of DLCs for it. Which, I mean, it's good. Good to get content for the game, but some of the DLCs are way overpriced. You're basically like... Some DLCs are alright, like a couple bucks here and there. But like some of the bigger ones, which is just like adding like new features, which yeah, I mean it is adding new features like new maps and stuff like that. Like the last one, I don't remember what they called it. Game overview. Total playtime 203 hours in Farm Sim 2022. I mean, I know I'm not as addicted as some other people, but I like me some Farm Sim, okay? There's actually one period of time where I got like, about a couple months ago, I got like extremely, like, because beforehand I only had like 100 hours, but there was one playthrough that I did where I just pedal to the metal and I went mental in Farm Sim. Like, it was the only game I played for like a solid month straight. I didn't even touch anything else. And, like, when I say addiction, I mean like there was some time, because I live in I live in Western New York. I live in farm country, that I would, like, I'd be out driving or I'd be out with my family and stuff like that, and I would see other tractors or I'd see other farms, and I'm thinking to myself, son bitch, I really, really want to go and play Farm Sim right now. Huh. Oh, there it is. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I'm being dumb. Okay. Yeah. Lol. Whatever. So, what does it? August. So, if I plant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oats might be done in time. But if I do sorghum was 6 months, if I recall. So we'll do oats. I think I had placed it here thinking I'll just back the other one up to it. Not thinking about this. Oh, well, it's got a wide trigger at least. Eastbound and down, load 'em up and trucking. We're gonna do it. This is not ATF. This is not American Truck. I'm so happy that they've started on the West Coast. They're slowly expanding to the East Coast, and it is great. I cannot wait for when they do New York. It's gonna be glorious. Because I will straight up do a trip, because I think in my main playthrough of ATS, I have my main base of operations is located in, I think, LA. I don't remember. But what I would love to do is do a trip from wherever I have my main headquarters. Like, once, it's gonna be long ways out. I think they just got to, like, Kansas. But is to eventually do a road trip, and I would probably end up streaming this from LA to, depending what cities they have, like Rochester, New York, which they'll probably do. They probably won't do Rochester. They'll probably do like Buffalo, but I would still do Buffalo, like LA to Buffalo. That sounds interesting. And I highly, highly doubt I'd be able to have that. There would be a like a trip that went that far just straight up. So what I would probably end up doing is just like take like different jobs and stuff like that. Because the game plan would be, once I get to Buffalo, is I would which I have to start working on it now, like in preparation, is playing through and stuff like that. Like get my money up, get an empire established. So when that DLC does get released in like 5 years' time, I'll be able to road trip from Cali to New York in a live stream. That'd be sick. So probably what I'm gonna do is once I get this field planted, I'm actually going to give a quick tour of my my one playthrough that I have on here. It's on Elm Creek. It's on the default map, but deer in the headlights. Now I've wanted to avoid doing streams for Chaos Miss, but content. I mean, if I need the content, I need the content. That deer just phased through a freaking wall. Oh, where is he? At 99 hours. Elm Creek. Now I only have 107,000, but you'll see why. You will see why. All right, so this is this was my main playthrough for the longest time. It was Elm Creek. It's like my little shop here. I got the dog. I forgot the name of the dog. So I own 38, 41, 40, 30, 31, 51, 53, 50, 47, 48, 49, 46, 41. I own like a decent chunk of land. I also own a production plant up here. I own this plant right here, the bakery too. I have 2 greenhouses. So, as you can see, I've actually gone through in this playthrough because this was a field here. I actually I went through and I flattened it off. There used to be a barn here. I basically sold all of the normal sheds. That was a field I covered up, and that field over there is still intact. But I went through and I sold all of the main buildings because I was not a big fan of them, honestly. So I've got this shop here with my New Holland T7 225 and my internet or my Mac RS700L. Now, that old girl was a nice grain truck. And out here, I've got these are attachments for my truck, my little pickup truck. That was in case I needed to move grain for anything. Mobile service trailer in case I need to do anything. My hay bale storage. Now, that bale trailer is an auto loading trailer. I know I'm a cheat, but again, this is just my personal playthrough, so whatevs. Actually, a lot of the equipment that I have was bought via the used vehicle sale menu, which has been nifty as fuck. Which is why I have this New Holland C332. The reason it's because I bought this one at an auction for like half price, which is why it's on treads and not on tires. I do want to eventually get a wheeled version of it. Should actually go back through this playthrough. Again, this is another thing. This Trident, again, got this through the auction. On all of our trailers and like plows, in case I have to combine fields, baling stuff. That smaller timber trailer, I might actually end up selling that one. Don't really have a use for it. Smaller cultivator. Some of the stuff I could end up selling. That was my bigger trailer for production. So this is a large greenhouse. This is doing lettuce. Our Frederico's over here. And then pallet forks for the skid steer. Our corn header. Now we do have cows, but I'm thinking if I do go back through this playthrough because I got the cows, but I don't have the infrastructure to keep these guys going, so I'm probably gonna end up selling them all, which is also where a lot of our money went. Because I really wanted to do cows. But going back over here. So I guess I had him on a worker. This is one of my OG tractors. I've had this one for the longest time, as you can see, being 40 hours versus the New Holland. So I got 7150, man. Just like in the other playthrough. It's a nice machine. It really is. It's got the power. We got 7150. That was 225. My Mac. Skits here. So here we are in our fields where I had a harvest going on. Here we've got our internet or another Case IH International S1800 with our Lizard Underbelly trailer. This is rented because I have one of the mods I have is like it's like lease to own. We also have, so this Soul Girl was something that I actually was able to acquire in an auction. So it was funny too because I had just enough to buy it. I think I had sold a crop and I had just enough to buy it when it got released on auction. So I was able to swing in, buy the harvester. Once I sold my old harvester, I was able to get this header for it. And this thing has been a freaking unit for doing these bigger fields. This is another I had leased to own tractor. So this is the John Deere 8R410. Because I needed a big, and for some of these bigger fields to save up on time, I needed a big seeder. So this is the Stara Estrella R32. Back to the Trident, and here's my truck that I was talking about. So I can like interchange the back a little bit. Back to there. I had two harvesters for a while, but I think I had only rented one to do another field. Like actually like lease instead of lease to own. But yeah, no, it's a decent setup that I got going on here. I'm satisfied with it. But yeah. Nice little tour of my single player world. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's video. I know, like I said, it's a bit of a change than what we had initially anticipated. A bit of a shorter one too, because again, time constraints and all that kind of fun stuff. But trying to nail the daily upload for Chaosmas. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, subscribe if you like the video, like if you like the video, all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow, hopefully, modded Skyrim. We'll see you then. Take care, everyone.